Today on The Joy of Editing, I want to show you how to work with multiple Photoshop masks when using the new Nik Collection 8. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Now that the new Nik Collection 8 is out and we can use Photoshop masking, I want to show you how you can send multiple masks into Nik Collection 8. Now today I'll be working with color effects, but you can use this same technique on any of the software found in the Nik Collection. By the way, if you haven't seen my first look at Nik Collection 8, I'll link that video at the end of this video in case you want to go and watch it. I highly recommend that you do watch it if you haven't yet, because in that video I show you how to place these icons on your Photoshop desktop. Now I have three here. I have my preferences icon, color effects, and silver effects, because these are the three Nik Collection 8 panels that I use the most. Now I'm going to click on the preferences icon and open up the preferences panel. Now with this preference panel, you can launch any of the Nik Collection 8 software, but you also have preferences here. We have open in plugin, apply favorites and last edit, and send masks to plugin. I'm interested today in send masks to plugin. Now open in plugin, I set mine for combination of all visible layers, and apply favorites and last edit, I set mine to apply in Nik Collection. Send masks to plugin, I recommend that you use all masks. And that way any masks that you have opened up in your layer stack in Photoshop will get sent into Nik Collection 8 whenever you launch any of the software. You also have a choice. If you click in the drop down, you could click on selected masks or do not send masks, but I highly recommend all masks. I'm going to click this icon again and close this panel. For today's demonstration, I'm using a stock image. Now let's say this stock image of this model I want to send into Nik Color Effects, and I want to do some skin smoothing on her face. I want to add some detail into the pants, and maybe I want to work on the background a little bit, and maybe add a little bit of structure to the hair, because there's a really great structure tool inside of Nik Color Effects. Now I'm going to need several masks to do that. And I'm going to show you a really good tip to send a bunch of masks into Nik Color Effects. Now, right now, the only masks that can go into Color Effects or any of the Nik software are the masks that you will find in the layer stack. Now, right now, I don't have any masks, but don't worry, I'll make all the masks that I need for this image. I'll need one for the background, one for the pants, one for the facial skin, because I want to use skin smoothing in Nik Color Effects, and one for the hair to add a little structure to the hair. So that's 4 different masks. Now, how can I do it? I could duplicate the background layer 4 times and use those layers as placeholders for my masks. Now, I want you to note right down here, see my document size. Right now, this document size is 126.6 megabytes. Watch what happens when I duplicate this background 4 times. This size will change. I'll do a Command or Control J to duplicate the background layer once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. And now my document size is up to 632.8 megabytes. Now that's a lot of megabytes. At the end of this process, though, after I make these masks and do my edit, I can always delete these layers. And stay tuned till the end, because I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to get rid of layers that you're not using. So I just need these layers right now as placeholders for my masks. But this is not the way I would recommend doing it. I'll show you a better way. I'm going to go ahead and hold my Shift key down and click on layer 1, and then just drag all of these layers into the trash can. And now let me show you the way I would do it. And this way, if you would forget to get rid of your layers at the end, you would not be increasing your file size too much. Now, I told you I need the background, so click on your object selection tool. Now I have my object selection tool. See where it says select subject? If I click this drop down, I'm set for cloud detailed results. That'll give you the best results. And if you're not set up that way, go to your Photoshop settings or preferences, go to image processing, and see this drop down. Click it and make sure you check on cloud detailed results and click OK. That's what you want for the best selection. And now just click select subject, or you could click on select subject from the contextual taskbar. Either way, it's going to do the same thing. So I'll click select subject, and now you can see my subject is selected, but I don't want the subject. We need the background. To select the background, we could use the shortcut Shift Command or Control I to invert the selection, and now we have the background selected. If you have the TK9 plugin for Photoshop, you can click this button right here to invert the selection with one click. Or even better yet, just double click this button to select the background. And now I need a placeholder for my mask. We could come down and click right here and select pretty much any adjustment layer. I always like to use curves. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to click on curves. And you'll note that I have the background selected on this curves adjustment layer. I'm not using this curves adjustment layer. I can shut it off. But note, I went from 126.6 megabytes to 141.6, much less than I did when I duplicated this layer. It doubled up when I duplicated the layer. Now it's just increased a little bit. And now I need a mask for the pants. So we're going to come up to the Photoshop menu and see where it says select people. We're going to click right here. I'm going to click on this person and click on lower clothes and click apply. And now you can see we selected her pants. And then I could come down to the lower right side of the Photoshop interface and click here and click on curves again if I want to. Or if you have the TK9 plugin for Photoshop, click this button right here. And now we have a mask for her pants. I'm going to double click curves 1 and let's rename this to pants. Because once we get into color effects, all our masks will have names, which will help us to identify the right mask. And now let's click on select people again, click on our girl, and this time I'll click on facial skin and click apply. And now I'm going to use my multi-mask panel and click this button again to get another curves adjustment layer. And now I have facial skin. We'll call this facial skin. I need one more mask, and that's for the hair. We're going to come back and click select people again, click on the girl, click on hair, click apply. Again, I could come down here and click on curves. Or I could just click this curves button right here on the multi-mask panel if you have TK9. And now let's rename this hair. I'll shut all these layers off. You don't really have to, but I'm shutting them off because when I get to the end of the edit, I want to get rid of these layers, and shutting off the layers will help me to get rid of them faster, which saves a little file size. But if you look at my document size, I'm only up to 156.6 megabytes from 126.6, so it's not that much file increase. So in this case, we could leave these layers if we want to, but I'll show you how to get rid of them really fast at the end of the edit. And now I can send this image into color effects. So I'm going to come over and click on this button right here for color effects and click open. It'll launch color effects. And here we are inside of Nik 8 color effects. Now, the first thing I want to do is work on the background. I'll use a bicolor filter for that. So come over to the left side. Under filters, look for bicolor. Click the plus. We got the bicolor filter. The one I want, this is a drop down for color set, is violet pink. This one right here. Now it's going in the wrong direction, so what I want to do is take the rotation and drag it to the right and put it right about here. So you see how it's like this blue color over here. And what I want to do is shift the vertical a little bit so it's a little bit behind her. And it's way too strong. I'll take the opacity and pull back on the opacity. I'll take it the whole way off and just build it up slowly. I just want that right side to have that little bit of blue and a little bit darker. Looks pretty good. Now, right now it's going over the entire image. So here's where masking comes in. Click this button right here for local adjustments. And you'll note here are all our Photoshop masks. Now I want the background. So I'm going to click the plus. And now we're only affecting the background. Isn't that cool? And if I uncheck by color filters, there's before and here's after. And I think that's pretty good. I may just pull that back a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like that. I think that's going to be good. Now, I could collapse this filter by clicking right here. That just gives us a little more space over here. Next up, I want to bring some detail out in the pan. So come over to the left side of the interface. These are in alphabetical order. Let's look for detail extractor, and it's right here. I'll click the plus. And right now it's going over the entire image. So again, let's click this button right here to import masks. And let's click on Photoshop pants. We'll click the plus. And now we're only applying it to the pants. Now let me shut off this layer. Here is before and here is after. Now we can increase that a little bit, maybe somewhere right around there. Maybe give it a little bit of contrast, not too much. And I think I like the saturation. I think I'll leave it there. Now we have effect radius. We could change it to fine or normal or large. I think I'll leave it on normal. And I like the opacity up the whole way. Again, let me shut it off. Look at the pants. Here's before and here's after. I like that. I'll collapse detail extractor by clicking right here. Nothing changes. Gives us a little more space, like I said. And now what I want to do is add some skin smoothing to the face. And for that, we'll use dynamic skin softener. So I'll click the plus on dynamic skin softener. Now I only want that on the face. So again, we're going to come to local adjustments, click this button right here to import masks. And we'll click on Photoshop facial skin. We'll click the plus. And now look at the skin. I'm going to take the color reach and drag it to the right a little bit to maybe right about there. Increase the small details a little bit, somewhere right around there, and maybe the medium details a little bit to smooth those out. I'll shut off dynamic skin smoothing. Here's before and here's after, and I think that really helps out. I'm happy with that. By the way, if you want to see what your mask looks like, you could click this button right here to see the mask. Click it again to go back to the image. Or for the actual filter itself, you could click this button right here to see the masking on the image. Click this button again to go back to the image. I'll click here to collapse dynamic skin softening. I have one more thing to do, bring a little bit of structure out in the hair. And to do that, I'll use the Vivesa Global Adjustment. An easy way to find it, come to the search bar. I'm going to type in VIV for Vivesa. And here are my Vivesa filters. I want the global adjustment. I'll click the plus. And if you'll note over on the right-hand side of the interface, I have this one slider called Structure. This structure filter in Vivesa is really good. I highly recommend it. Now remember, I only want it in the hair. So again, I'm going to click this button to import masks and click on the plus for Photoshop hair. You could click this X to get rid of that dialog box. And now I'll just take the structure and I'll start to drag it to the right so I can pull beautiful structure out of that hair. I don't want to pull too much out, just a little wee bit, maybe right there. And now let me shut off the global adjustments. I'll uncheck this by clicking it. Here's before and here's after. Again, before and after, but just a nice little bit of structure in that hair. And if I click this button, we can see we're only applying it to the hair. Click this button again. That's all I want to do inside of color effects. So let's see an overall before and after. I'm going to click this button here so you can see the top image is before, the bottom image is after. I'll click this button to go back to a single view. And now I'm done here. I need to send this image back to Photoshop. So come down to the bottom right-hand side of the interface. Click right here. I'm going to send this back as a new layer. I could send it back as a smart object if I want to, but we'll leave it on new layer. And then all I need to do is click apply. And that sends us back to Photoshop. And here we are back in Photoshop. Here's my Nik Color Effects panel. I'll click right here to close that panel. If I shut off this Nik Color Effects layer, here is before and here is after. So I added some structure to the hair, added some detail to the pants, smoothed out the skin a little bit, and changed the background. Now I have these 4 layers right here. I could save the image out with these layers intact if I need them later on down the road. Or let's say I want to get rid of them. I'm going to show you a fast way to get rid of them. Make sure that none of these layers are turned on. Right now you see the eyeballs, they're turned on, but it doesn't affect the image. They're not really doing anything. So I'm going to click on this layer, click and hold the left click of my mouse down and drag down across these eyes. This shuts them all off. So this is the first thing you want to do. Make sure those layers are off. If you have the TK9 plugin for Photoshop on the Contour CX panel, click the lightning bolt. One click, all these unused layers will go away. If you don't have the TK9 plugin for Photoshop, come to the Layers panel, click right here on the hamburger menu, and click Delete Hidden Layers, and they all go away. So I'm just left with the Nik Color Effects. So again, I'll shut this off. Here's before, and here is after. Well, there it is, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial on working with multiple Photoshop masks when working with Nik Collection 8. I hope it really helps you out. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give it a like and share it with your friends. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Click that bell notification icon. Click all so that you receive all notifications, and then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today on The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.